Hello, hello. How are you this evening? My name is Lisa Loring, and let's do the reading for Tuesday, June 15th. I had intended on doing a reading this morning for June 14th, but that didn't happen, so we're not going to. So we're let bygones be bygones. I did come on and do a reading last night, and that was a weekly overtone. So I encourage you to go ahead and look at that. Give you a snapshot of, kind of maybe how Monday felt and, some of the things that we can expect to feel over the course of the week. Last night I read from the Constellation Tarot deck by Irina Semenova. And tonight I'm going to come back to a deck I haven't used in a really long time. Probably, I don't think I've picked this deck up since last summer. In fact, I haven't been doing readings for about a year for a variety of reasons. The moon card is stuck here. So this is a deck I haven't used. It's the Giant Rider-Waite. This is the original version. It's a giant version of the original Rider-Waite Tarot deck, which was one of the original ones that came out way, way, way back in like the 1800s or whatever. Maybe even, yeah, it was definitely the 1800s because the artwork wasn't done. Yeah, 1878. The woman who did the artwork for this was born in 1878. So turn of the century kind of stuff, 1900, that turn of the century. Because, some of us are old. We are old enough now to know that, it's 2021. So if you were born in 2000, you're 21 now. So, 1900. So at any rate, I'm going to go ahead and use this one. And it's kind of exciting. I know a friend of mine, Michaela, shout out to you, doesn't love the plaid on the back of these. We've already got a card turning, the juggler, the Two of Pentacles. So we'll go ahead and take that card. I would normally cleanse and clear my deck. I do not feel the need to do that with this one tonight. It came to me to do one earlier, and I toyed with it. I have a bunch of decks around me. I've got actually an Oracle card deck we're going to pull from as well. But I know that this deck is wanting to come out and has something to share with us tonight. The OG. The big OG. So we have the Two of Pentacles out. We have like a Santa Maria and Nina Pinta thing going on in the background that I've never really noticed in that card before. So Two of Pentacles, juggling. Yesterday, the central card of the reading from the Constellation deck was Hercules and the Hydra, battling the Hydra. And I'm going to go back to just a thought I had about that this morning when I woke up, which was, it's really all about transforming your thoughts. And sometimes our thoughts can be like battling with this like really wiggly, like three-headed Hydra. We feel like we have three heads because there's all these like opposing ideas, and it can be more than three, right? So that juggling, Pentacle cards, juggling things in the real world, how to manifest from those various, all the thought patterns, which one to pick, which one is actually feeling correct for you. And I would go with feeling. The thoughts themselves are often problematic. Are you discovering that? That the thoughts that we're finding how much we are in circular thinking a lot, how much that doesn't serve. Endless loops ad infinitum. That looping, we're seeing how it's turning up in the material world and our actual reality. And it's not cool. We're like, oh, actually, this isn't working for me. Whoa, a bunch of cards just came out. So we'll take them, and I think we're going to leave it at that. And you know what? I am not surprised this lady came out. When I was looking at the back of this box, there she is on the back. So the Empress, great card. Great card, Empress. Got another major arcana, the Lovers. Also got the Nine of Swords and the Page of Swords. So these cards all came out in a clump. So we'll just take them together and do we want one more? Yeah. Yep. I got the feeling we want one more card. So this will be one vignette. Got the Page of Pentacles. This little grouping. The Empress is such a great card. I love that she's out with all of this kind of other stuff going on. What we see constantly, the choices of abundance, or the choices of staying with the old loopy thoughts and the old, the ways of looking at the world, our approach to the world, our approach to situations. It's got to change. And here's the thing. If we want our situations to change, two more cards. Star card, Justice. Okay, and we'll leave it at that. Well, the bottom of the deck. The Seven of Pentacles came up again. That came up in the weekly reading. King of Wands. Another king. Joining our two kings who joined us last night. The King of Cups and not the King of Wands. Which other king? Oh, King of Pentacles. So there we are. Ooh, I love these cards. They're very fanny. Fanny. I'm so silly. And Judgment. Ooh, that's Awakening. That's later in the week. Anyway, okay, so what do we got here? We have quite an array. I'm going to angle the camera down. This might be a longer reading. You know what I advise? That you just maybe pause it if you want to. Come back if you're, to get what you need on this. Let's see. Let me get one more sip of my tea. Voila. And let's turn these babies around. So we've got the Judgment and the Star card, Justice and Star card that came out together. We've got these guys that came out together, the Empress, the Page of Wands, Page of Swords, excuse me, the Lovers, and the Nine of, God, these cards are so big. Isn't it wonderful? I have to move my teacup over though. One more sip before I send it off to the side. And then we start, okay, so let's put it out this way because this is how everybody came out. All right, starting off with the Page of Pentacles. Excuse me, why am I saying page? It feels pagey. Juggler, Two of Pentacles, those looping thoughts. This is also learning how to juggle and manifest and juggle our finances and juggle, maybe I feel like it's our thoughts about where we place our investments. And investments can be anything. It can be a monetary investment. It's an investment of time and energy. It's an investment of heart. It's anything that you value, anything that holds value. It could be the almighty dollar or whatever your particular form of currency is called. It could, like I said, it could be any place where you spend a bunch of time. It's an investment of time, an investment of self in the 3D world. This is your thoughts becoming things. Our thoughts change our reality. What you think are your beliefs, and if you think them often enough, they become belief systems that are subconscious. Those running tapes. What are those running tapes in your mind? Check that. Are they looping? Because the more they loop, the more that that's where you're spending your time. Whether you're actually, whether you're consciously walking around doing it, if it's coming out in an external action, but where your head is at is clearly weighted towards what you value. This ship here, this is the big ship. This is the one that has all the stuff in it. Where this one, not so much. And he's even looking in that direction. I want to go in this direction. You're starting to maybe make a decision about something. Even if you're not actively doing it in your waking external life, your thoughts are starting to are starting to lead you there. And it brings us to a place of abundance. If that's what you're doing, I see how he's looking over here and he's looking towards these are the central cards here. We've got the Empress, she's the queen of abundance. I was really drawn to when I was looking at the back of the box when I was making a decision on which deck to pick tonight. And I went ahead with this I was looking at where it's that big giant heart. This is the truth of your heart that is weighing in so heavily that you can't even deny this anymore. Like, no matter, you can loop and loop and loop all you want, but at the end of the day, this is the place where you're going to have abundance, where your creativity lies. I can never decide what the proper English is on that. Lies, whatever. It's it's where you're going to have ultimate comfort, where you're going to be. The Empress is the feminine aspect of the Emperor. She is just as in control, in mastery, and in stark comparison. If you remember, our Emperor a couple of weeks ago was, in a really austere kind of situation, where she's in this very lush environment. Like, this is where you're going to have everything you want emotionally, spiritually, it's materially, like, it's all going to come to you. You're not have to go, again, she's sitting down. She's not going up and getting anything. She's not running after anything. It comes to her and it grows at her feet. The cards that came out was, but however, in this situation, there is this situation where the Page of Swords is coming in. This kind of information may seem like very news that's coming in a way that might be surprising to you. It may not be news that you particularly wanted to hear or admit, but there is a decision. And the Lover's card doesn't always mean the most divine kind of love. It mostly means that. The Lover's card is a divine love, and it can be between two individuals. Never mind that these individuals are depicted as a male and a female. It can be that you're, starting to, you've made a decision here and you're feeling the weight drawing you towards, and it may be this very untactful, untactful, I don't even know if that's a word, tactless, sharp kind of, information that's coming in. I mean, he has a grumpy look on his face. It's, the birds are behind, the birds in the sky, it's in nature. You're hearing this, the winds of change. You see the breeze blowing here. That wind is coming in and it's changing something. And it could be, yes, in your love life. It could be just that you're starting to bring both the masculine and the feminine aspects of your nature together. And you're starting to listen to your most divine, wise self, which may seem shocking that you're starting to really tap into that. And that may seem worrisome, because this means that something is going to have to be left behind. Your old way of life is, there's something that's going to have to be sacrificed, and it's keeping you up at night and you're looping about it. But no matter what that coming together is for you, it could be love of self. It could be all the aspects of yourself coming together. You choosing yourself, you choosing your spiritual nature, that, this is a divinely blessed union. But something's going to go. You're not sure about how you're going to get there yet, but, this kind of news is, but it's undeniable. Justice is here. The balance card, this balance will be struck. It could be through a legal situation that this coming together is, there is some kind of deal that has to be worked out But the star card is here. So, after, this kind of thing, we have this opportunity. The stars, we have our wishes and our dreams can come true. Again, coming back to that heart. It may feel that to listen to your heart is going to, it's going to cause you a lot of headache. But it doesn't. This is happening. There is no not happening there. Resistance is futile. But the star card is here. These are our hopes, our wishes, our dreams. This is reaching for the stars. This is ascension. And, we saw, the seeds are well planted. This came up in yesterday's reading as an overtone. The King of Wands, again, your passions. You're in control of your passions. You're actually in control of this, more in control of the situation than you realize. If you only listen to your heart and if you get creative with the way that you've planted these seeds and you cultivate. You see from the cultivation, you see all these blooms coming off his staff. He is also a very abundant individual, very much like our Empress, bringing in that masculine quality. But Judgment is here, and the Three of Swords is here as well. So there, like I said, there is some heartbreak, and the Wheel of Fortune. So this kind of stuff is, and it's happening. There is going to be an ascension. This is an ascending kind of energy. However, we have to get through it, and don't let the tricks of the mind become so large. Don't try not to go let the thoughts and the looping take you to this place, and then you never get to this. You forget that this is an opportunity. Trust, have faith, let the balance be struck. Have faith. This is a divine union. This is abundance. I mean, come on. This is abundance. This is abundance. This is abundance. This feels a little yucky. Sometimes, but we can do that. We can get through that. There's so much to support us here. So much to support us. There's, this is us in our most authentic environment. We're raw. We don't even care that we're naked. We got a foot in the water. We got, but we're supported. We're down on a knee. She's not throwing her back out. A little sensitive around that lately. She's got this bird here, and the star is brilliant. It is shining over her. Let the stars lead you home. Don't let the star, don't forget that at night, the stars are there. This is this is the kind of energy that keeps us up at night. But the stars are in the sky. Let's pull from the Gabriel card. Let's pull from the Gabriel deck. Yeah, don't forget, at night, the stars shine. Get up, go look at them. Let them navigate you to where you need to go. Get quiet. Even though the news may be harsh, you've got this. You are an empress. You are the king. There is great love, whether that is a way to learn to love yourself in a way that brings you all the things that you want, that brings the balance to your life that you want. Archangel Gabriel. This is a deck by Doreen Virtue. Again, Doreen does not use this kind of work in what she's doing in her life anymore. Her work to create these cards was done and offers wonderful, wonderful guidance still for many of us. And so, Doreen, I'm grateful for all your work. And we have 2 cards from Archangel Gabriel. Sensitivity. Your sensitive feelings are your muse and inspiration for your creativity. Maintain being sensitive. Listen to your heart. Mother Mary is in this picture being spoken to by Gabriel. bringing her the message. This is Mary saying yes to life. Say yes, rather than live in fear and in this Nine of Swords energy. Say yes. She's crossing her hands over her heart. And, when Mary said yes, she had a lot of worries, didn't she? But she still said yes, and she still had faith. Open up to your life and whatever it has to offer you. And the other card that came out is ask for what you want. Clear communication with yourself, with God, and with others helps you avoid misunderstandings and speeds up the process of answered prayers. Okay, there you go. Speak clearly. So instead of, even if it feels like a Page of Swords kind of energy that you're bringing to the table, and that you're worried that people aren't going to accept that and it's going to bust up your situation, if it brings you to greater love and greater authenticity, again, these people are naked. If it brings you to that kind of authenticity and strips you down and people see you for who you are, that's never a wrong thing. That is only going to bring you the balance in your life, the authenticity, the clear voice, and keeps you away from that. Although it may feel like this, it keeps you out of this in the long run, and it brings you here. And it brings you here, and it brings you, here. And yeah, even though it might bust things up, you turn your Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is also here. So this back and forth energy is still with us, but that's part of the ascension process that we're going through right now. Everybody is ascending. I don't care who you are. You are moving into a better version of yourself than you ever. And if you can't even feel that for a fraction, just take a look back and see how far you've come. Always do that inventory, because I bet you're a lot farther along than you realize. And if no one's telling you that, I am. Okay? So I'm going to leave it at that. This is the reading for Tuesday, June 15th. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments or email me directly. Thank you for those who do. Thank you for those who donate as well. I'm starting to get some asking for private readings, which is great. So I appreciate that. And I love having that opportunity to work with you. If you want a private reading, you can email me at lisa.loring@gmail.com. That's lisa.loring@gmail.com. I'll leave my PayPal and Venmo because I do accept donations. That's also great. I'm very, very much appreciated. Like, share, subscribe. That's on my YouTube channel, Instagram, or Facebook. Those are the 3 platforms I'm working with for now. And I'll leave it at that. Thanks for letting me read for you today. Have a good one. I love you. Bye.